Hello everyone, thank you for joining me in today's project, where we will be making a prop news microphone. All of the materials I used in this project I already had lying around. I also used a board of masonite, not shown in the picture. The first thing I did to start the project was I cut down the dowel rod to a length that was suitable for the microphone. Next, I cut out some 2.5-inch squares from my floor mat foam with my bandsaw. I probably could have skipped over this step because I ended up painting over it later. But I painted the dowel with a coat of silver spray paint. Not completely necessary, but I chose to do it. If I were to do this project again, I would just paint the ends. The bottom end of the microphone was the only part that I did not end up painting over. I'm also going to take the square that I made earlier, and I'm going to paint it silver too. I guess I forgot to film me cutting a hole through the middle of the square. But yeah, I cut a hole through the middle of the square. And I'm actually going to make 2 squares. So you'll need 2 squares with holes cut in the middle of them. And I actually didn't paint over those, so you can paint the whole thing silver and feel satisfied. Or you can paint it black when we paint everything else later, because if you can't tell already, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just figuring this out as I go. So next, I cut a circle out of the insulation foam with my bandsaw to be the head of the microphone. So this square is going to be what holds the logo around the microphone, like this. And this will be the microphone itself. The microphone itself should be slightly smaller than the square, which mine is not yet. So I'm going to need to carve that circle down a bit. And then I'll probably put some of this foam on each side of it. Alright. So I cut it down significantly. Now it is smaller. So I just cut out another circle from this floor foam. Looks like this. I beveled the edges a little bit so that it would have more of a nice shape to it. It's going to be a topper for the microphone. Like that. And then I'm going to wrap it with some black, maybe some fabric. I haven't decided yet. But anyway, that's going to go on top of here, which will all be on the stick. Here you can see that I'm making the other square that I told you I was going to make earlier. I didn't have a drill bit that was large enough, so I had to carve out the inside of the hole to make it a little bit larger so it would fit around the bottom of the microphone. Next, I printed out my logo 4 times, making sure to measure it to 2.5 inches. I use Google Drawings, but I don't think it really matters what you use. Next, I'm going to paste my logos onto the masonite board. So I'm going to cut those out. And I'm ready to attach them to it. I would use spray adhesive. Spray adhesive would be better, but I can't find that at the moment. I actually ended up using an Elmer's clear school glue stick, which worked out perfectly fine for the project. Alright, clean this area off a little bit, but we have all the pieces. Now I just need to paint and assemble everything. So the next thing I did was I glued some angled pieces of floor foam onto the ends of the microphone piece just to give it some more shape. So mistakes happen to everyone, and to be honest, this wasn't really very bad of a mistake, but if I were to go back and make this again, I would have probably also made the handle slightly longer. So I just added a little piece of wood inside of the head of the microphone, just to give it a little bit more weight, but also to make it slightly longer. I'm about to begin wrapping the head of the microphone in fabric. I wrapped the head of the microphone in the fabric, attaching it with hot glue in several spots. Unfortunately, I didn't get a very good angle on this, but basically right now I'm just cutting around the fabric so that it will fit over the sloped edges of the top and bottom of the microphone. I cut out a circle for the top to hide where all of the fabric seams come together. Okay, now I'm on to the last step, which is assembly. So I have all of my parts here. Now it's time to put everything together. So that's the idea. Alright, here's the last part. We're just gonna do a ring of glue around this top pillar, and then I'm basically done. Just like that. That, my friends, is how to make a microphone. One thing I will say, I do wish I made it slightly longer on the end. I will manage. Well, looks like you've made it to the end of the project. Thank you for sticking around, and join me in the next one. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like. Also, to those who subscribe, it means a lot, so thank you.